Hey Tonka students, this is your principal, Dr. Johnson. First I want to thank you guys for being patient. We just had a situation that I had to look into, not just me but our administration at the building level as well as the district administration to make sure that you all were safe. The first thing I want to say is that whenever I have to make a decision about safety, I always think about my own children, my flesh and blood children that are mine. I would never put you in a situation that I wouldn't put my own children in. So when I tell you that you are safe, please believe that you are safe. One thing that I want to acknowledge is the situation that we just found ourselves in came from rumor. It came from rumor because we were not being diligent about talking to administration or talking to counseling when we may have a thought about a potential threat. Something got spun out of hand that could have been easily squelched had one of the students who had an issue could have just come to administration. Again, the threat was found to be not credible at all. There was no direct threat to Tonka High School. What I want to encourage you to do is always come and talk to an adult. Raising levels of anxiety or panic doesn't do well for anyone. We want to create an environment and a climate where we can respect each other and then also respect and understand that the adults in the building will take care of you all. We care about you like your own students, our own children, and we want you to recognize that you can come to us with anything. Again, we want to continue our classes as normal today. Please make sure you have a good day, and if you need absolutely anything, please come to the main office to see me or any of the administrators. Have a great day.
What up, man? Let's go.
Good morning, Griffin. My name is Sutton Ward.
And I'm Ryann Hill.
Alright, so let's get some story ideas, guys.
And I am living my mama's original promise, original one could predict this. Honestly, chip if you told them my infinite limited.
Senior Jonas Sebastiano. By his mother, Julia. His sister, Amira. Sister, Amal. 6'1" senior, number 15, Jonas Sebastiano. Senior, Justin Park.
I've been playing basketball since like 8th grade, but I played when I was younger, but I didn't like take it serious until 8th grade. Favorite memory is Nixa going to the mall and stuff and just chilling with the boys.
There it goes. Oh, yeah!
It's Maddie's project.
In the past few years, the amount of shootings at schools have increased severely. With 19 shootings so far alone this year, lawmakers say that one option to help prevent these shootings is to provide firearms to teachers. I went around the school to ask students and staff their opinions on this issue.
It's very situational based. If the teacher would be okay with the gun and feel like they would be responsible enough, then I would say go ahead. But I don't think it's fair, and it shouldn't be the teacher's responsibility to be able to have a gun in the classroom.
If we have teachers that carry guns and stuff, I think kids wouldn't be so tempted or would want to shoot up the school.
I think it's not their responsibility at all. Like, you can't fight fire with fire. That doesn't really make sense at all to me.
I feel, one, it's not my responsibility to necessarily have to be in charge of something like that. And I feel like that, and this is a sensitive issue, right, especially with what happened recently. And I understand, I've read, and I've researched both sides of it. And I just think that you're opening up a whole new Pandora's box with arming teachers.
I feel that, yes, they should have a gun to protect the kids and have a higher case of safety in case something like that did happen.
I don't think it's a teacher's responsibility to be handed a gun. I think teachers already have a lot on their plate, especially in public school systems, without being handed a Glock. Plus, if a lot of schools can't afford to give their students paper and pencils and ink for printers, how are they going to afford to get a gun for every teacher?
I just fundamentally disagree with that logic. I don't think that guns make people safe, and I don't think that we need more guns in schools. And no, I would never be comfortable carrying a gun or having a gun in my house or bringing a gun with me to school. I certainly don't want to be trained on how to use a gun.
I do feel that a presence of a firearm in the classroom would make me feel safer. Just for the fact that, you know, in case we can't run and they found us, you know, what's going to do more harm to a school shooter, a textbook, laptop, desk, chair, or a 9mm bullet in the chest.
There was also an anonymous survey sent out to Tonka staff members to gauge how our staff members feel about the topic. 62% said they do not support carrying firearms. 20% said they would be interested, 10% said undecided, and 7% said they would support others being armed but don't want to be themselves. If you feel strong about this topic, make sure you vocalize it to the people that can do something about it, like your senators and representatives. You can contact them by the means of phone and email, and remember to always base your stance on facts and not feelings.
While eating lunch with your friends, you may not see other kids sitting without friends or alone at lunch. Bailey Kohala thought about We Dine Together Club. You may think, what is We Dine Together?
A club that we're going to meet on Fridays or every other Friday, and it's a club to get students that don't normally eat with anybody during lunch. This club is going to go to them and socialize with them and eat with them.
I decided to do the club because last year I ended up sitting alone at lunch basically every day, and it was awful. And then my sister has to do it now. I just try to make something different at Tonka. The club is to educate basically a community about the bullying issues that are going on, doing lunch all around school, and just trying to fix it and make someone feel welcomed and not as alone as you'd usually feel.
If you're looking to join the club, speak to Coach Buckman or Bailey Kohala for more information. They are welcoming any and all newcomers.
Drivers commuting on both sides of the state line will need to make a slight adjustment to their daily commute. The Lewis and Clark Viaduct will be closed for 2 years following the urgent need for construction. The Kansas Department of Transportation has noted that the repair costs of the bridge keep rising, prompting the much-needed project. Out of the 9 sections of the viaduct, some sections are nearly 100 years old. Commuters looking for alternative routes will have a variety of options. The main detour for the I-70 viaduct, drivers need to take the I-670 bridge, located 1.5 miles south of the viaduct. Westbound lanes were closed on February 2nd, and eastbound lanes were closed within the end of February. Demolition of the viaduct will begin later this month. KDOT predicts that the project will be completed by the spring of 2020.
Oxbridge, what up, man? Let's go. Check 'em out.